3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to another weekly BS podcast. My name is Blake Mishmore. With me, as always, is Shane Shoemaker. Shane, what is happening, my man?
I'm just ready to talk some BS as usual because I know you're going to give me a hard time about something on this. We've already kind of discussed this pre-show, so I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Just let it out. Tell me what you're going to talk about and give me a hard time about. I mean, I know my articles were great this week, so I came back this week with a vengeance, and I know I had good stuff. So just let me have it.
Huh. Well, first things first. If you're following us on Twitter or my Twitter at Blake Mishmore, apparently the link tweeted out in some language. I'm not real sure what it is. But yeah, if you want to follow us, that's what we're.
So we're in a different language now. Is that what it is? Or?
Yeah, I have no idea what language this is. But
wow.
Okay, so yeah, I am gonna give you crap here in a minute, but right now I feel like giving NFL crap because man, I've got the Bills game here, to my right on Bills Jets, and they're wearing these damn color rush uniforms again, and God, they're awful. The Bills are in all red. All red. Nobody should wear all red.
Yeah, again, I remember last year it looked like this team was Christmas. One was all green, one was all red. I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, why go a solid color? To me, college always did this the best. They always had the pro combat jerseys. Nike did that with teams. I mean, again, I know the NFL is kind of more, obviously they're traditional, but if you want to, just give me 1 week. If they want to do the Thursday night games, just give me something a little bit different. I don't want a solid color of jersey, from head to toe.
I'm okay with solid colors that they're black and white. Like the Jets look great because they have white jerseys on white pants. The Jaguars, black jerseys, black pants, that looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Now their freaking helmet is god awful, but that's
it's terrible.
Bengals have black jerseys. You can go black and black. That looks great. The Cowboys, when they do this, they're white. They're white and white. Looks great. But you can't do red and red. When the Titans do this shit, they have that turquoise and turquoise.
Well, Titans are terrible anyway.
The Rams had yellow and yellow last year.
Oh, those were bad. Those were really bad.
I could probably sit here and think about some, but yeah, they're awful. If you don't have a traditional football color, white or black, a prominent white or black in your uniform, no, you can't do it. Sorry. All right. So like I said, that's fresh mind because I got it here stage right. But this is the weekly BS podcast. We usually do weekly BS at the end or the BS of the week. I feel like I'm basically starting with the BS of the week because if Raw sucks every single freaking week. Only thing I like about Raw right now is because I have to work Monday nights, I don't watch it until Tuesday, and I watch it via DVR.
Oh,
I don't watch Raw live anymore, and it makes it so much more tolerable.
That's the best way to watch it because you can skip through all the bull crap. I mean, you can just skim through it.
2.5 hours.
Yeah. I mean, it's really bad now.
Honestly, I have 2 things written down to talk about Raw. 3 hours, and I have 2 things written down.
Oof.
The one thing I will say before we get into the 2 topics is I didn't notice this the week before, but Alicia Fox absolutely jacked Nia Jax in the face with that box hard.
And did she kind of break kayfabe there when she
And I think they both did.
Okay.
Both of them were startled by it. Both of them were like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, so because I was wondering, I saw people posting clips of that, and I didn't realize she drilled her that hard with that box.
Me neither. I didn't notice it the week before. Then they re-showed it. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, if she absolutely drilled her though, and again, it was a moment to see her again supposedly break kayfabe there, and just So yeah, that was probably, was it more entertaining anything this week we saw possibly?
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, and I'm shocked I'm saying this, but if the shining stars turn into cheapskate timeshare salesmen, I'm in. I'm interested. I didn't hate that this week, and they were kind of entertaining. They were trying to rip off R-Truth. I'm open to this. I'm not saying I'm in. I'm not saying I'm a Shining Stars fan, but I'm open to this.
Well, you may not be 100% with it. I'm 100% with you in thinking that, yes, it's finally something. At least they're giving these guys a little something. And again, I thought this whole gimmick of them being, selling timeshares and, all that Puerto Rico was completely dumb. And it still kind of is. But, like, if they can do stuff like this week to week and trying to sell timeshares and maybe, filming commercials and all this just garbage, I mean, that's a good heel gimmick. So I can buy into that. I can actually buy into that for once. Again, like we said time and time again, just give guys something to work with. Just don't let them go out there and just, with nothing. You have to build their characters. And if that was at least a start to it, and I was fine with it. Again, building that week to week, and I'm totally cool with the Shining Stars.
I agree. I mean, I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. I don't really like the fact that they're kind of doing it at the expense of Enzo and Cass, but whatever. The only other thing that honestly to me worth talking about I'll add a third topic just off the top of the dome here. What do you think of the whole bit up front with the women and Dana smacking the shit out of Charlotte?
I mean, honestly, Dana needs Charlotte. They need to keep them together, I think. And I think hopefully they are. I know you can't stand Dana. You think she's worthless. Again, she's not a great wrestler. I think she's at least fairly entertaining to be in the sidekick of Charlotte right now and helping her, possibly, win by heel tactics and matches and stuff like that. I thought that was a good segment. I thought the match was good too. Didn't see that becoming a triple threat like it did. So I was cool with it. Again, that part of the, I mean, that's the core of it in the entire women's division in WWE right now. Even though Becky Lynch is the women's champion on SmackDown. So
I will say this: I do think Dana Brooke is awful.
Yes.
I don't think. I think she's absolutely dreadful in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've never seen her cut a promo worth a damn, even though you claim she cut a really good one in NXT one time. You have said that before.
I have said that.
But for some reason, she is, I'm not going to say let herself go, but she's not quite as muscle bound as she used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of find her more attractive now.
You're digging it. You're digging it now, right? Yeah.
I kind of am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of digging. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, I'm kind of digging her lately. Now, with that being said, she's still absolutely awful.
You're coming around a little bit, little by little, week by week. You're on this Dana Brooke train.
I'll never think she's good in the ring, and I'll never think she can cut a promo because I've never heard her cut a promo.
Well, the in-ring stuff for sure. I mean, I still think she could.
She's awful in the ring. Awful.
Yeah, she's awful. I'm not arguing that whatsoever.
Like Eva Marie wrestles better than she does.
Oh, I can't go that far. Yeah, I'm not going that far. I'm not going.
If you watch Eva Marie's NXT matches, she wrestles better than Dana.
This might be an ongoing argument, which it has been for months now. So
I'll stand by Eva Marie.
Well, I will stand by Dana Brooke on this thing. She's better in the ring. But anyways, I thought that was a good segment, though. I thought it was a good way to open up Raw.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. Okay,
so what about the pin, though? What about that was kind of a controversial pin. So
I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm still waiting for Triple H to come back, so they probably won't do anything with that either.
Well, that's a good call. Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do anything with it or not. But speaking of Triple H, I think they made the right call, obviously, by bringing Rusev. And Rusev looked good. The way they brought it back, I thought Rusev looked really good, looked really strong, and hopefully, probably won't, but we can hope that he finally gets a signature win over Roman. Although I will say this, and this is just nitpicking, but so Seth comes out and they restart the match because of Seth's attack.
Mm-hmm.
Rusev comes out and nobody does anything. It's just cool.
Yeah, that's just wrestling logic 101, basically.
I know, but it's just kind of like, really? I mean, 3 minutes ago you just restarted the match because of somebody else attacking somebody.
Hey, Mick Foley's too busy chewing out Seth Rollins. He didn't see it. That's what we're going to go with. So I will say this though. I mean, one, that was a really good match, I thought.
Oh, it was fantastic. Fantastic.
I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from Kevin Owens here because I'm a huge Kevin Owens guy, and I think he puts on really good matches. But I think you're going to agree with me here. Roman is he's good. I mean, he's really, really good, man. I mean, like that guy puts on consistently really good matches. I mean, almost as good as guys like Rollins and Styles and stuff like that. I mean, he entertains me. I'm starting really not to even dislike him at all anymore. I mean, he really does entertain me that much.
No, I agree. Hold on, you disliked Roman?
Well, no, I didn't totally just. It was just one of those things. I was like, I wouldn't be heel.
Okay, Smark.
No, I was just saying, I was wondering, should he be heel? Should he be this?
Oh, Mr. Smart, look at me. I don't like Roman like everybody else on the.
Hey, I didn't hate him like everyone else did, though. I was saying I was kind of, but I just think this guy. I mean, he's severely, especially in ring, underrated because people say he can't wrestle, and he very much can wrestle.
He absolutely can wrestle, and yeah, I mean, I've never personally had a problem with Roman, but I find Roman to be quite good, but.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not into this. Seth versus Kevin Owens just doesn't grab me the way it should. I feel like, honestly.
Well, the only way it's an attention grabber right now is because it's the smart crowd and thinking just that it's a dream matchup, but to me there's still not a good enough story to it, even though there is some there. But again, when you don't have Triple H coming back to explain anything, and you're still kind of converting Rollins to a face, which still seems weird, and it seems they're obviously not going to do it all at once. So there's something definitely missing there.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I don't like the fact this is I feel like you have to, and maybe this is where this new pay-per-view system comes in. I mean, and I guess they would have had a couple more weeks to build if it wasn't for Finn getting hurt, but now you're trying to build this Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is babyface with 2 weeks, and there's like you just mentioned, Triple H, there's a big chunk in this story missing. Why the hell did Triple H help Kevin Owens? We need to know this.
Mm-hmm.
And it drives me nuts. I mean, I hoped at least that, okay, I got it. They don't do anything for holidays, so that's why. I hoped that Triple H would come out this week, but he didn't. Again, didn't come out again.
Well, I just thought about this. Do you think one possible reason they've been keeping Triple H off is because of this Cruiserweight Classic? Do you think that that's a possible reason? Because obviously he had to present the trophy, he had to present the Cruiserweight title. Again, all the smart.
No, because he was on NXT all the time when he was the heel authority member.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like, they try to make a huge deal of this Cruiserweight Classic, and obviously he's going to come off more as the face on the Cruiserweight Classic. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of any sort of way why he's not been on freaking Raw yet.
Spot monkeys.
Hey, again, I'm just trying to think of any rational explanation why he's not been on Raw yet.
All I know about the Cruiserweight division is LaParca coming back?
He should, because he was the greatest cruiserweight of all time, and I'm pretty sure
Jude Guerrera coming back?
Probably not.
Will the juice be loose again?
Probably not. He about killed people last time he's in WWE. So
I want the Mexicools to come back, come out on lawnmowers.
Yeah, the least racist gimmick of all time,
and quite possibly one of the best gimmicks.
yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, and maybe in twisted WWE world, that's what they were going for. But to me, that makes absolutely zero sense because, like I said, he was on NXT all the time, when cutting these inspirational promos at TakeOver when he's like the bastard authority figure on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't buy into that, but maybe, who knows? WWE, they don't really use logic most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm gonna be real. SmackDown is, and it's not just because it's 2 hours, but SmackDown that helps, but it's not the sole reason. SmackDown is kicking Raw's ass every single week, in my view.
For the most part, yes, I'm agreeing with you. I mean, by far. I mean, I look forward to watching it way more because it's, like I said, we've always talked about it's an easier watch, and it's just, I don't know, they're doing good things on there. I mean, just
I was very surprised by Backlash. I thought on the whole that was a very solid show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Top to bottom, the women's match was great in my mind. I mean, it wasn't Becky and Sasha or Charlotte and Sasha, like a great wrestling match, but it was very entertaining. I thought both the tag matches were solid. I thought Miz versus Dolph was really good.
Yeah, especially for a match that we've seen a dozen times.
About a million times. Oh, no, I was going to say a million.
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought they actually. I mean,
I think Dolph even said they've wrestled 1,000 times in one promo.
Oh yeah. Again, I thought that was a really good match.
And then the only thing that pissed me off was, are you shitting me, Kane?
Well, what was great about that was I called that, by the way. I wasn't able to tweet it out, but like I remember sitting there, I was like, I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, you called him.
Hey, I don't always have my phone like I usually do, but I was sitting there and I was like, I guarantee this is Kane. And sure enough, he come out, and the best part was getting back on Twitter later and seeing all the people like, oh, Bray Wyatt's got to win now. This is a definite pay-per-view win match for Bray Wyatt. And then he ends up losing, of course, by interference from Randy Orton. I mean, we talk about this a ton about, can you even believe in Bray Wyatt anymore? I really am now. I think I'm tired of it now. I think I am.
I think he's done. I mean, honestly, I think if they do not figure out a way for him to have this program with Randy to be something substantial and him come out on top, he is done. He will never be a top performer in the WWE. That's just my opinion, because he is not bulletproof. I'm sorry. He is not to that level. He's not the Undertaker.
No.
I forget who it was. I heard somebody recently compare him to Mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Old school Mankind, because old school Mankind lost match after match after match, and if Bray has the result to Mr. Sacco and being a comedy figure in a couple of years to get over and win the world championship, I'm going to be really pissed off.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping it does not lead to that. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, you hear about guys like, Heath Slater, who's, absolutely rolling right now. And he come up with a lot of his stuff about this recent storyline of him being left out of the draft. And, I just wonder, I'm like, we hear obviously Bray Wyatt basically created this gimmick of his. Does he not either have enough creativity to have some interesting storylines for himself, or does WWE not listening, or they just not know what to do with him? I don't know, because it almost seems like every time they're just like, oh, Bray Wyatt and so-and-so, that'll be a cool feud. That'll be interesting to see. And then they bury him through the whole thing.
I'm convinced they don't know what to do with anybody that is not a generic wrestler.
Yeah.
They do not know how to book characters anymore.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound like Vince Russo, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
If you are not Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens or Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, if you're not just a guy who, hey, I'm an ass kicker, hey, I'm a whatever, the underdog from the underground or whatever the hell they call Sami Zayn. If you're not one of those guys, they don't know what to do with you anymore. They don't know how to book. Well, Buffalo just went up on a long pass, but they don't know how to book you anymore. They do not know how to book characters. I mean, I'm sorry, they don't.
Oh, that's also a lost art, and I hate that because characters. I mean, it's wrestling for goodness sakes. It's what wrestling's been like based on for decades now, and I don't know. I miss that. And I it's a shame that's going away. I mean, again, especially someone like Bray Wyatt who like came from being Husky Harris to now Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably have more success if he go back to that.
Well, that's incredible. It's just unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about that. That's terrible.
Well, let's move on to SmackDown and the fact that John Cena came back, and John Cena wants the world title again. Shocker.
Yeah.
Although I will say this. The promos cut back and forth between Cena and Ambrose were badass.
Very much so.
Personal. I love this about SmackDown right now. This is probably the thing I like the most. Between Talking Smack and even on the show, they're almost doing kind of a work shoot gimmick on SmackDown. Because that was stuff, I mean, there has to be people, even though John's done a ton of stuff for this business, there has to be people in that locker room that kind of feel like, okay, John's going the way of the Rock. He's just coming in whenever he wants, doing whatever he wants. I would think there's got to be some, and it might even be Dean. Dean might have been a little pissed because they probably told him, hey, you're going to dump to AJ, and then AJ and John are going to have a program.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of, there's an element of reality to that. And then, you hear rumblings backstage that, we all thought Dean looked absolutely horrible on the Austin podcast, but you hear rumblings backstage that even the people in the WWE didn't like it because he did come off looking like a jackass, and Cena brings that up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was badass, and I hope they keep going down this road on SmackDown because it's one of the things I like the most about it. Although I will say this. AJ Styles wins the World Championship. First, let's stop with the damn different sayings. It was okay when you said you're the new face, but if I have to hear that son of a bitch call himself the champ that runs the camp again, I'm going to turn off SmackDown.
I thought that was really cheesy too, but again, he's a heel. We're supposed to hate him.
I don't give a damn.
I don't like it either.
The champ that runs the camp is awful.
I don't like it either. I agree with you, but again, I'm supposed to hate him, and you have to look at any psychological loophole you can to make people hate you.
Yeah, but that makes me like League of Nations hate him.
Ooh, that's strong. That's
not hate him because he's a good heel, hate him because he sucks.
Yeah.
That makes me think he sucks. But I mean, not really. I don't think AJ Styles sucks, but that makes me want to think he sucks if he's going to start. That's like tater tots. Champ that runs the camp.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what I will say this, even though that was a horrible line,
and he said it 17 times, like Roman said tater tots that night too.
Oh, I know. But I will say this: it is nice to see AJ Styles cutting good promos, considering where he came from years ago.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would see Styles get on that level to where he's like actually a pretty solid promo guy now. That was, but again, I'm like you. I don't like the champ runs the camp thing. He can lose that at any time. That's fine. So.
The other thing I didn't like is I felt like AJ kind of came off as a little bit of an afterthought.
That usually happens anytime John Cena comes back with anybody. I will say this though, Cena does bring out the best of people, and he definitely brought it out in Dean that night though. I mean,
I like Dean Ambrose so much more Tuesday than I had for the previous couple of months.
Oh yeah, I mean his world title run was it wasn't good. I don't think it wasn't the worst I've ever seen, but it wasn't good. And like in one night on SmackDown, he's totally changed now. I mean, so is this full blown heel though now? Is this do you think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's maybe the beginning of it, but I don't think it's full blown yet.
No, I don't even know if it's full blown. I think he's probably going to be like kind of like Roman was before Roman went to on suspension. Kind of going that line, but not really be kind of gray. Oh, gray, the illustrious gray area.
Oh yeah.
No white, no black, just gray.
Yeah. I can see that.
I might get proven wrong on this, but I'm going to throw this out there. At this point, I'm convinced Daniel Bryan's going to wrestle at WrestleMania 33.
Probably so. I never thought we'd be saying that'd be against The Miz.
And this is why, because I don't think there's any chance in hell, with as much as he's talking about, they won't let me wrestle. They won't let me wrestle. I'd be wrestling if it wasn't for this. I'd be wrestling if it wasn't for that. They won't let me do this. I want to keep wrestling. There is no chance in hell that if he was doing these interviews and talking about this nonstop, that they would put his ass on TV every single week and let him have a prominent role. Mm-hmm. There's not a chance unless it's a work.
Again, okay, here's the thing. Are you disappointed that it would be The Miz, though? Is that what?
Absolutely not, because I think The Miz is maybe one of the best characters they have right now.
Oh, no, yeah. I wrote about that, earlier in the week. I think so, too. I mean, and Miz, to me, for the most part, has been the selling point of it. Besides, I know everybody wants to see Daniel Bryan come back, no doubt about it. I mean,
another reason I'm not disappointed, and I'll tell you why, is this right here. Well, the reason The Miz is the perfect opponent is, A, if Daniel's going to come back, you want to book him to win.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have him fight Seth or Finn or one of these guys, you're going to put that guy over. If he fights The Miz is going to get hella heat, which is going to even make Bryan be that much more of a baby, even though he's the number one baby face in the company, still the GM. He gets the best reaction of anybody.
Mm.
It's not a big deal if Bryan beats The Miz.
No, it's not. And honestly, in a way,
The Miz is the perfect opponent.
Yeah, Miz can lose, and it doesn't hurt him at all. In fact, it may even actually help him get over even more as a heel.
Absolutely will. He'll be. I mean, to me, if Bryan came back for one match, beat The Miz, Miz goes from that match and moves into whatever world title picture is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the world title. I mean, he goes back to being a main event level heel after that.
Yeah.
Because it's worked WrestleMania, another WrestleMania main event, essentially, this time against Daniel freaking Bryan.
Now, I will say this, though. I mean, there's a lot of time between now and WrestleMania. So I guess I'm wondering how much longer can you really go with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how – I mean, I know you can keep it going, but, I mean, I will say I like the idea now where they're going where, Miz – which sounds like any typical athlete, he wants to restructure his contract. I love that idea. I think that's awesome.
I think you could drag it out right there. You just said why they could drag it out, because you could have Miz could be in a contract holdout and not and take a month off or something, or just cut like he did when he did that movie, and he just cut they just had videos for him for a month or whatever, or there's plenty of ways for a couple of weeks. After the initial confrontation, Daniel would go on Talking Smack and say, Miz and I aren't allowed to be in the same room together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of ways to draw it out. I mean, you could suspend, Shane could suspend Daniel for a month. I mean.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good call, too. I didn't think about, doing suspensions like that. I mean, and the beauty now is they only have one show they got to write this for. They don't have to do it for Raw and SmackDown. Exactly. So again, it's just, we think sometimes, there's this big, long, journey to WrestleMania, and you got this.
Well, and I think, and honestly, to me, and I'm sorry I just cut you off, but I just in my head the ideas are flowing. I mean, essentially, to me, all you have to do is, you could even work, say, around December, January, where this leads to Daniel getting fired as the GM, and he, and then come March. Daniel comes back to SmackDown and say, Shane, that there's some kind of angle where Shane says, you know what? He couldn't be the GM, but I did grant him one last thing, and he's kind of blah, blah, blah. He's going to be your opponent at WrestleMania 33. I mean, there's plenty of ways you could do it.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I just want to, I don't want it to be just, because every feud the Miz is going to be in now, it's going to be almost like just a side feud type deal, and it's not going to be I don't see the total focus going in on his guy. Like, the thing with Dolph, obviously Daniel was more of the subject there, and Dolph was just kind of his in-ring opponent really. So So again, I like those ideas, and I'm like you. I mean, it seems like they could drag it out, and there's a couple of ways they could go with that. I mean, it'll be interesting, but I like you. I think we're definitely getting Daniel Bryan back in the ring, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh my God, shut up. My computer's going nuts. Yeah, I just don't see any way that he's talking about stuff that he's just continues to talk about stuff that like I said, I feel like if it wasn't part of a plan, there is no way in hell WWE would let him talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
He is not, as a GM, he is not that valuable to them to where they would let him get away with this.
Right.
All right, so Alexa Bliss.
Smoking hot, looking like Harley Quinn. Yes, I agree with you. Yes.
She is hot, man. She's really hot.
I mean, that was impressive. I mean, to me, she won that match Sunday, and she's been winning thereafter. So,
but I mean, let's be real. She ain't gonna beat Becky Lynch. The person that's gonna beat Becky Lynch is Eva Marie.
It's sad, but very true that statement you just made.
Eva Marie is the #1 diva on SmackDown. But no, I mean, I agree. I thought the look was great. I thought the look was great for Alexa Bliss. I don't think Alexa Bliss is great in the ring. Bad.
You had to just show that right there, didn't you?
At 100%. She's not Dana Brooke, but she's not great. I mean, okay, out of those 6 divas, I mean, she's probably right over Carmella.
Well, because Carmella really gets no reaction for anything whatsoever.
I'm just talking about in ring ability.
Oh, in ring ability. Okay.
I mean, then I'd probably go Naomi, Nikki Bella, and then Natalya and Becky Lynch. But I mean, we all know that in ring ability, is the #1 thing. I mean, Alexa's great, and she was kind of funny on Talking Smack. She was talking a bunch of crap about everybody. She's got that little bitchy brat attitude working for her pretty good.
Yeah.
And like you said, she's damn hot.
And again, the Harley Quinn thing to me was a perfect way to go with that. And it's going to be a way to, I think, at least get her over a little bit because that movie was so popular and that look is so popular. It's going to be the #1 Halloween outfit, slutty Halloween outfit this year. So
nothing wrong with a good slutty Halloween outfit. Nothing wrong with a good slutty Halloween outfit. All right, let's talk about a couple of the little other WWE-ish topics. So, Paige is coming back Monday. She's not quitting. She's not moving to Mexico with Del Rio. Although an article came out today that said she did quit. WWE talked her out. Well, the article I read said she did quit. WWE talked her out of it, and then they were having discussions, and then WWE was talking her out of it, and then at one point WWE was going to release her, and now she's coming back. She's supposed to be on TV Monday. I'll say this: if she's coming back, well, I mean she is, but I hope they use her, and I hope they use her properly because she is very valuable, and I hope she's got her head on straight. Maybe, although she keeps posting, apparently she's got a tattoo of Alberto right underneath her tit now.
Yeah.
She posted a picture on her Instagram today of her and Alberto like hugging and kissing or something. I mean, can't imagine. All her social media says real Paige WWE. I can't imagine WWE's real just happy about that shit getting posted, but I don't know. I'm tired of hearing about this shit, I'll tell you that. But I just wanted to get back to being Paige. I wanted to get back to being the chick she was a couple of years ago when she came up.
Well, yeah, she was fantastic.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, again, for me, I was just like, I don't know, one, if she's coming back this Monday, where does she fall now? Because, I mean, the women's division, like we discussed earlier, is all about Charlotte. Yes, Dana Brooke a little bit. Bailey now and Sasha. So where does she come in?
I mean, if they give her a chance, she fits right in there with that.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying right at this moment, I guess what I'm going with. I mean, why not wait till after the pay per view, maybe see where it's at then.
Maybe they'll book her with the Shining Stars.
maybe.
That'd be kind of a way to kind of kick the real. Like, we didn't want you with that Mexican, but we'll put you with these people.
Which, by the way, does it not? I mean, I'm sure there's obviously some truth in that they didn't want them together. There has to be, because there's no way there would be this much a fiasco about it. And does it also not just make WWE look terrible? Because look at all the relationships in WWE right now. I mean, obviously there's Triple H, Stephanie, there's John Cena and Nikki, Daniel Bryan and Brie, and there's Dean Ambrose and Renee Young. So, and again,
let me ask you what those three have in common.
Well, again, I know those are like stars. So
I wouldn't even say stars.
Well, what are you going with then?
Oh, make the company money.
Well, yeah.
The Rio had made them shit.
That's very true.
And they paid him a lot when he came back, and he made them shit.
Yeah.
And that's not all his fault. I'm not saying that.
I was about to say, yeah.
The fact remains, John Cena's John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan, I just mentioned it earlier, even as the GM, is still the most over guy on both shows.
Mm-hmm.
And Dean Ambrose has been a top guy for the last 2 or 3 years.
Mm. Yeah, and again, I know you said it, like, it's not all Alberto's fault either that they didn't do.
No, yeah, I mean, he had a piss poor creative when he came back. That thing was awful.
Yeah, they basically pissed all over his career, and for the most part, in my opinion. So, again, I hate that, because, again, you're right. Those guys are stars, and they made them money. But it's just like, come on. I mean, you're supposed to be the non-bullying campaign people, and this is kind of the crap you're pulling. So that's the only thing that gets me.
All right. This next topic I'm not really excited about. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently, Bill Goldberg is going to be in Indianapolis at a Clash of Champions. Brock Lesnar is going to be in Chicago fighting Randy Orton on the house show the night before. So there's a good chance Brock Lesnar could be in Indianapolis. And I really think Goldberg's coming back, and I honestly just don't give a shit.
No one does.
I could care less about watching Brock Lesnar fight Goldberg at WrestleMania or Survivor Series or Hell in a Cell or Royal Rumble or whatever. The match sucked 15 years ago. You really think it's not going to suck now?
Well, that's my thing. Is the appeal to this match that WWE is possibly going with, is it that they're wanting to, one, make up for what happened back at WrestleMania 20, and two, is this trying to, like, get the, I don't know, just the traction from, like, MMA enthusiasts, because Bill Goldberg, like, has some somewhat MMA background, and also Brock, his UFC back. I mean, what is the appeal? Why would I be interested in watching this match? Why would I be interested in this feud?
You won't be interested in it because you watch it, you at least keep up with the product on a regular basis. You watch it on a regular basis. So you're invested in guys like Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, AJ Styles. To me, the appeal of this match for WWE, not for me because there is none, even though I don't, is one thing. Similar to the last few years, this is your Rock segment. This is your Undertaker versus Shane. This is your Undertaker versus Brock. This is the marquee match because I think you saw, if you book a WrestleMania with AJ Styles versus, hell, I don't know, Dolph Ziggler, and Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, and even Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, there is no appeal to there is no mass appeal to that. There is no appeal to casual fans that maybe used to watch wrestling and don't really watch it anymore. There is only appeal to the hardcore audience there. And you cannot do that with WrestleMania. That's why Triple H was in the main event last year. That's why The Rock was allowed 45 freaking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Stone Cold, Mick Foley, and Shawn Michaels came out, because it's WrestleMania is not a wrestling event anymore. It's an entertainment event, and you have to find some things that have mass appeal. And Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar still has some pretty big mass appeal, I would think.
See, I mean, maybe I'm just looking through the smart goggles here. I just don't see the Goldberg appeal anymore. I don't even see it from like because everything that Goldberg was, obviously, was to me wrestling. I mean, and he's what, 50? How is he now? 50?
49.
Oh, he's 49. Okay, I just don't see the appeal again. There, I get the Brock appeal because he's a monster, he's a machine. He's got the UFC background and everything. To me, they just, I don't know. Brock is running out of opponents in WWE. To me, he is. It's like who's actually going to actually go up against this guy? That has some appeal to it. I don't know who's left. I mean, there is a couple that come to mind, but I mean, that is it really going to sell a lot of tickets just because it's Brock? Or I mean, I don't know. I don't see a lot of the appeal to Goldberg anymore. I mean, because he just he's not the entertaining in the ring, and it's not like he's going to
jackhammer spear. That's high entertainment.
And obviously he's not going to cut a good promo. He never has.
I'm sorry. Who's next?
I'm picking up on your sarcasm here, and it's pretty thick. So,
you obviously don't know me.
Well, yeah. But again, I just don't see the appeal. I don't. I mean, obviously it's WrestleMania. If it happens, obviously I'm going to, more likely I'll probably be there, but I'm going to watch it. So,
yeah. All right. Now, I'm pretty pissed off at you. The fact that I gave you specific instructions last week. Watch The Leader Decay. Did you watch it?
Absolutely not.
You missed out on the second greatest piece of footage ever produced in the wrestling business. Senior Benjamin got abducted by Decay.
Wow.
Matt Hardy sucked in green spit and spit it back out. The dilapidated boat came back.
Oh, nice.
I can't even get the name. Seriously, man, you're missing out. I've been telling you for months now. Months! TNA is turning a damn corner, and a lot of it's because of broken Matt Hardy.
We kind of talked about this pre-show. I never thought I would be saying that, a company is resting on the shoulders of Matt Hardy, and that he's one of the most entertaining things in professional wrestling. I never thought.
Not one of the most entertaining thing in professional wrestling right now.
I never thought I would hear anyone ever say that. Ever. So, again, like I told you, I can't trust TNA. It's
we can't trust WWE right now anyway, but we still watch that shit every week.
WWE has not ever let me down the way TNA had, though. I mean, and WWE is pretty bad, but it's hard to do. Again, like I told you, I may get back on YouTube and watch it, but it's
no, not May. Watch it.
I'll do my best. I won't promise anything. I won't promise anything.
You are worthless. Well, I'm sorry to the people that watch this, all 17 of you.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a long discussion about The Leader Decay, but Shane doesn't care.
Yeah, well.
All right, so it's huge. We're gonna transition into a little bit of normal sports, and then we gotta talk about the man that got his ass handed to him Saturday night. Before we get into the BS of the week, but big weekend in college football this weekend. We got big games all across the board: Alabama, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Florida State, Louisville, and the big dog, Ohio State versus Oklahoma. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like either one of these teams.
No, I don't either.
But this is the kind of game, just like Texas versus Notre Dame. If you're not one of those fans, if those two teams play, you watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's two old school football powerhouses. Houston, and I think it's gonna be a badass game, and it's got major national title implications. Probably I would say, for a game in week 3 of the year, it's got to be one of the most important week 3 games we've seen in a long time, because Oklahoma dropped their opener to Houston. If they lose Saturday to Ohio State, they're sitting at 2 losses in week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Houston is number 6, and they're a mid-major team, so they're going to have to ride a major victory to even have a shot at getting into the college football playoff at the end of the year. And if Oklahoma loses 2 games, Houston's gone. They're out. Mm-hmm. They will not get in, no matter what, because that's their bell cow victory. Now, and let me preface this: if there's any fans that Texas is not competing for the national championship this year, but I'm going to use them as an example because they're in the Big 12. Let's say Texas ran the table. The Big 12 is weaker than most of the other major conferences. And if Texas beats Oklahoma, that's Oklahoma's 3rd loss. So Texas's best victory in the conference is a 3-loss team. They're probably out, even if they're undefeated. Same thing goes for Baylor. They play them later in the year. Baylor could possibly be Oklahoma's 4th loss. So if Oklahoma loses Saturday, not only does it kill their chances, it kills Houston's chances, and it effectively puts a serious dent in anybody in the Big 12's chances to compete for a college football playoff spot. So it's a big, big game for them.
Well, not only that, to me, it's got big implications possibly on Stoops. Just because, to me, I was having this discussion with someone the other day. I mean, there's also going to be some, like every year, there's obviously coaching gigs open. I mean, Stoops, to me, seems like he's in that, Mark Richt at Georgia, and just possibly Miles at LSU, that he's just like complacent now. And, again, not that losing Ohio State, nothing wrong with that, because it's Ohio State, one of the top teams in the country. But, I mean, Stoops, the second loss, and like you said, possibly other losses throughout the year, I mean, that could be Stoops' downfall. I mean, games like this, I mean, you can't lose week 1 to Houston, and then, then you got another big game 2 weeks later against, Ohio State. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that it's for a done deal, but I mean, I don't know. Stoops is.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but to me, if Oklahoma's dumb enough to fire Bob Stoops, the line forms to the flipping left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you used Mark Richt I'll use Mark Richt as an example. Mark Richt got fired from Georgia, and what did he have, the Miami job 2 days later?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, someone will hire him, no doubt.
Stoops will be the same thing. I mean, let's say Oklahoma fires Stoops. If Miles gets canned at LSU, he's at LSU the next day.
Yes, no, I agree. I mean, it's almost like I could see like a bunch of jobs just flipping. I mean, like Miles could go to Oklahoma, Stoops would go to LSU. I mean, just like, yeah, I'm not saying for sure any of these things will happen, but I mean, again, that you're right. That game Saturday night is a huge game. I mean, on playoffs. I mean,
it hurts Ohio State because the Big Ten is not is always the team that is usually their champion is usually like number 4 in that college football playoff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if Ohio State drops an early game, and let's say Oklahoma goes on to lose 2 or 3 games, it could hurt Ohio State too. I mean, it's a big game for both teams, which even makes it even more exciting to watch.
Oh yeah, well, no, the only thing is like you said, to me, Oklahoma can't afford the loss. Ohio
State can, but it hurts them.
Yeah, I mean, you want to, if you're going to lose, you need to lose early. I mean,
right. Ohio State, yeah, I agree with you 100%. If Ohio State doesn't need to lose,
mm-hmm.
but they'll still be okay if they do, as long as they run the table.
And I think the voters will like Ohio State because, I mean, obviously there's money involved in this and Ohio State's a draw, no matter where they go. So they're going to get ratings, they're going to get attendance. So yeah, they're favorable here for the voters.
Ohio State ain't winning the Big Ten anyway. My boy Harbaugh's winning the Big Ten this year.
I'm very interested in that game, and more so than in a while this year. So
I'm a gigantic Harbaugh fan.
he's he knows what he's doing. He's a salesman, and he is selling it big time now. I mean, he is crazy, and I love it.
All right. CM Punk got his ass handed to him Saturday night.
Oof.
A lot. I'm gonna be real. A lot worse than I thought he would.
Mm.
I thought the dude didn't even get to land a punch before he got thrown on his back and tapped out.
Thank God I didn't buy that.
Yeah, I was at work. I watched it via the internet.
Yeah.
Oh man, he doesn't need to fight in the UFC anymore.
Well, we talked about before the fight that even if he lost, which you knew he probably would, I think he'll fight again. But now it's just like, okay, he's definitely probably going to fight again. But like Dana White said, probably won't be in the UFC. I don't know what any of these other smaller promotions are that you could fight in, but plus I don't know what I know he did he not have, was it like a couple fights deal with the UFC? What was it? I don't know what the contract was.
I think 3 or 4 fight deal.
Wow.
But,
so yeah,
they cut people all the time. That's not like ironclad or anything.
Right. But yeah,
to me, I think he'll probably keep. He's too. I'll say this. I don't like the guy. I respect what he did.
Yeah.
But he's too arrogant not to keep going.
Yeah.
So I expect he'll fight in some lower level shows, and you know what? He'll make some damn good money still because
he's gonna draw.
Exactly. If a local show, has CM Punk on the card, guess what? They're selling out the damn building.
Oh yeah, if it was somewhere around local to me, I'd go see it. I'd go see it in a heartbeat. Just
exactly.
Yeah, he did he got annihilated though, and it was. It wasn't pretty. Just from the shoot, just boom. It was one of the worst ones I've ever seen. It was awful.
Oh yeah, me too. I would almost rather he would have got walked out and dropped like 15 seconds in, because at least then you could say, oh well, he just clipped me. But no, this guy put you on your back and made you look like a jackass for 2 minutes and then tapped you out.
Yeah.
Made you look like you suck and you don't belong there.
Mm.
You see guys that are world champions get clipped in 15 seconds, Jay. So, to me, that would have been a much better outcome than getting just absolutely embarrassed for two minutes.
Got pounded on, and then not just. Plus then you see his ear and like inside of his head. It just made it look worse. I'm like you. I would much rather him just like come in there, maybe try to shot, and then got knocked out. Maybe I don't know if it's like they had more respect for him, but I don't know. It just was. It was an ugly piece of business.
And then I'm so tired. So tired of Twitter when it comes to this crap. You have the CM Punk marks who freaking worship the ground he walks on and would defend him to anybody, and then you have the people like somebody on CSR that just likes to drive somebody people's nuts, talk crap about him. I don't like the dude. I was never a big fan of him, but I respect what he did, but doesn't mean I didn't get a little chuckle out of the fact that he got his ass kicked that bad.
Well, hey, he got paid handsomely. I would probably go in there and get beat up for about 2 minutes for half a million dollars.
I go in there and fight whatever the name of that dude that was the heavyweight champ, Stipe Miocic, for $500,000.
So he got paid pretty well.
He did. I'm guessing that it'll be a long time before we hear from old Phil Brooks again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got to close the show down with our staple, the BS of the week. And first BS of the week is you, my friend.
Yes, I'm back at it.
You wrote some cockamamie article today. And I'm going to claim that One game. One game with Jimmy Garoppolo means that Tom Brady is a system quarterback now. Are you shitting me?
Hey, like I said in the article, I believe that Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. The dude's accuracy is pinpoint. You know, he one of the hardest working, you know, I'm sure quarterbacks or players in the NFL. But again, the only reason why I saw that, when I watched the game, again, now week one, it is hard to judge because they've been preparing for this game.
But and also Garoppolo may come out Sunday and throw 4 picks.
That's true. He may. I mean, you know, no one knows yet. But all I'm saying is, it's a good possibility because we have saw this before. Matt Castle came in. Was it 2008? Was that the year, I believe? You know, Brady tore his ACL. You know, they went, you know, what was it, 11-5? They missed the playoffs. The only good year that Matt Castle had after that was maybe 2 years later. Kansas City made the Pro Bowl, and they made the playoffs.
I think it was awful here in Dallas last year.
Well, again, you know, what's he done since then? To me, I mean, there's obvious here that, you know, that Belichick is, to me, definitely one of the best coaches ever. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, if Garoppolo, you know, if he's depends on how he looks in these other 3 games, is there a possibility there's a little bit of tarnish to the legacy of Brady? I mean, for me, I don't care because I've enjoyed watching Brady, and I think he's better than Manning.
Is this cockamamie blog makes you the Vince Russo of football bloggers?
Well, I'll take it. You know, maybe if I could get some Vince Russo type money and I start getting paid for this, then hey, I'll take it. I don't care. So
you just called Tom Brady a system quarterback.
I'm telling you. I mean, again, I love Tom Brady, and again, I will fight it all day saying that Brady's better than Manning. So, you know, I'm kind of in the middle on this now. I'm just saying, watch out if Garoppolo does good. Belichick's not loyal to anybody. And, hey, you might get a quarterback in Dallas for once. If you get maybe Brady will come to Dallas.
We have Dak Prescott, sir.
Again, maybe Brady will come to Dallas. You get a quarterback. So.
Tony Romo's coming back.
Yeah.
Speaking of quarterbacks, when we talked about this guy last week, I'm dead serious. I'm gonna just say it. I can't freaking stand Tim Tebow. Because not only now is this jackass a member of the New York Mets, which is an absolute joke. The only thing I wish is that he's son of the Atlanta Braves, so you had to deal with it.
Of course.
Now it comes out that Tim says that he did have the opportunity to stay in the NFL and play different positions, but it just wasn't in his heart. Give me a freaking break. You're too arrogant to say you suck at quarterback, so you just decided to go play baseball. Michael Jordan Jr. Your ass should be in the NFL right now, and you should be a fullback or a freaking tight end or something, dumbass.
He is a media whore. You know, we've said it for a while. He loves the media. I mean, you know, that's why he went to the Jets. That's why he did this whole fiasco of like wanting to be a baseball player in freaking August. I mean, you know, people talk about how much they respect him and all that stuff. I mean, come on. I mean, like, again, I respect the guy because, you know, he seems like he works his butt off. But, I mean, dude, you know, and plus I've also heard that, like, one of the reasons he went to the Mets was because he could still keep his SEC job of, you know, commentating. I'm like, dude, if you're wanting to, like, play baseball, you got to be 100% committed to that. There's no way.
It shows right there that this won't work.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is just for him to stay in the spotlight, and that's why I'm like you. I cannot stand him. I don't like him. He's all about him. To me, he's all about himself. It's proven.
He is incredibly arrogant. All right. We got to close this down with one topic and one topic only. Are you freaking kidding me, WWE? You're going to seriously job out Jack Swagger to Jinder Mahal, which I don't care because I think Jack Swagger sucked. But you're going to job out Jack Swagger to Jinder Mahal. Not Finn Balor, not Seth Rollins, not Kevin Owens. Jinder freaking Mahal, the guy that comes to the ring in a black turban every week. And then you want me to believe he can just step to Baron Corbin and be a legitimate threat on SmackDown the very next night? Really?
Saying his contract ran out on Raw and all this bull crap. I mean,
hold on. Before you go there, what does Jack Swagger do that keeps him around? Damian Sandow let go. Cody Rhodes let go. Wade Barrett let go. All three of those guys could dance circles around Jack Swagger, in my opinion.
In the ring and in promo.
But they're all gone, but yet Jack Swagger's now getting his how many chances has this guy had to like get over and be a major player? Now he's getting another one?
And let's not forget, years back he had like he had the I don't know, was it a DUI or marijuana?
Marijuana, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, like, this guy's had like instances, where he's not been in WWE good graces. So, and trouble with the law. So again, I'm like you. Why is he sticking around? Why is he able to still compete?
Does Vince have a niece he likes really well, and Swagger's boning her or something?
I don't know.
Triple H.
That's true. I'm like you. I don't get it. I mean, the guy. I mean, I thought he was a solid wrestler, but I mean, his promos are tough. I'm sorry, that lisp is tough to. It's tough to listen to. You got something against people with lisps? Yes, I'm absolutely against people with lisp. Absolutely, and people that look like Biff Tannen from Back to the Future too. So, I mean,
okay. So let's run down the list here. You are insensitive to people with mental
disorders. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like Ronda Rousey's dad.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now you don't like people with lisps.
Basically, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a few other things we can get to if we keep this show going. So, I mean, we'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. So, I got all kinds of hate here. So, I'm
podcast partners with a backwoods Tennessee racist.
Basically, yes, in a nutshell.
Well, as we close down this show, the Jets are driving on Buffalo again. I'm afraid that the Ryan brothers might be out of a job soon.
Probably so. Just let me know if Forte scores because I have him on a fantasy team. So
I will, because I have him on mine too.
Okay.
But speaking of that, before we close down, did you notice the article I put up earlier in this week talking about how Rex Ryan apparently took his lap band out, the lap band surgery he had where he lost over 100 pounds, as a show of solidarity to his brother? So a 50-something-year-old man's willing to just get fat again and probably possibly, die because his brother. And he also said that, hey, we used to win more games when I was fat anyway, so maybe that'll help.
I can't stand the Ryan brothers. I think they're a joke.
Come on, man.
I think they're a joke. I mean, especially Rex. He's the guy. He's the guy who's always like trying to like fit in with everybody and say all the good things about it. I just cannot stand him. I mean,
man, I love me some Ryan brothers.
Oh yeah, you can have him. I remember there was talk of Rex coming to Atlanta to coach the Falcons, and I was like, absolutely not. And you can see how well he's probably doing in Buffalo and how he did with the. I mean, so
yeah, they're down 27 right now.
Yeah, so
they're not really playing very good defense, and that's supposed to be his calling.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for this week. Make sure you're following Shane at SShoemaker24. Make sure you're following me at Blake Minchmore. The Weekly BS Twitter is at the Weekly BS. Our website is the-weekly-bs.com. We post blogs up there all the time. Hell, I wrote 2 or 3 today. Shane wrote 1. I mean, you never know when something's going to go up there. But, yeah, that's it for this week, and we'll catch you next Thursday. Peace.